Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back, welcome back. We are on part 4 of our utility truck build. There's still a little ways to go. I was playing around with it and I noticed, as you probably noticed as well with your arm, it's a little wobbly. Notice that? It's a little wobbly. And when we get fully extended, it becomes a little wobblier. So what we need to do is we need to add some locks, quote unquote some locks, so just some welds. So we're going to weld this part here to this part there, and we're going to rename that to lock pivot. Okay, and then in the code, wherever that is, in the control script. So when the crane goes up, we need to say, we need to tell it to what is it, lock? No. Crane arm. Oh. Crane arm. Dot pivot. Dot lock pivot. Okay. Dot enabled equals false. And then once it stops, after the velocity is set to 0, and then it'll go back to true. And then what we want to do is we just want to add a bit of a delay in here, right? Something like that, 1/10 of a second, and it would be something like that as well. Maybe we want to wait like 1/10 of a second. Here's where we start to add latency, and we start to sort of figure that out, right? So we go up and then down. It's gonna do the same thing for down. True, just like that. False, true, false, true. All right. Now you're gonna notice. Oh, I think it just gave me an error there. So it's kind of a little. Yeah, there we go. Alright, those are just errors associated with the truck. That's fine. So everything there works. So now what we need to do is we need to take the rest of this. We need to take this part here. We need to weld it to there. Alright, and then we need to rename this to lock arm A. And then we need to take another one from there. Oh, that's like here. We need to take arm B. Oh, hold on a second here. Let's get rid of that. So arm A, which is that one there. C and D, what's going on? Did I miss one? I totally missed one. At this part here? That's so funny. I thought I missed a section of the arm. 1, 2, and 3. What's going on here? A, B, and C. Yeah. Alright, I'm thoroughly confused. Anyway, so what we need to do is we need to take arm A, which is here, and we need to weld that to arm B, and we need to rename this lock A. And it's in arm A, so in the control script, A out, so we need this here. And then we need to say dot lock A. Enabled equals false, and then we'll tell it to wait. Excuse me, just a moment there. And then let's get rid of that. First, it's gonna stop, and then it's gonna do this. And then it'll wait. Right, because we want it to slow down. Otherwise, it'll skip along like the other one was doing. Yeah, you see here, this is backwards. Alright. And then arm B, we need to weld to this one here. So we'll put that inside arm B. Rename lock B. I guess this time we'll figure it out, right? And we'll say script dot crane dot arm B dot lock B dot enable. It's false, and then we want to say wait just a moment. Just like that. And now for part 3, we want to go from there to there, and then we're going to rename that locks. And that way, when one part moves, all of it is attached and only that one part is moving. It's just going to save it because we have all these little parts. Yeah. It'll make the action smoother. Make the action smoother. All right. All right, just like that. And this one here after it stops. Alright, and then we can take that. And we can take that. Because it needs to be on every function. Unfortunately, it needs to be on every function. Here. There we go. It's just an arm. All right. Now if we go down, see how smooth that is? Perfect. Because it's all welded together now, the only other thing that could happen is it could tip when it's fully extended, and that's where we can either anchor the base, or I'm hoping the legs. Essentially, we're going to do the exact same thing to the legs. We'll get the constraints working, and then we'll add all the welds to it, and that's it. There, look at that. You see how smoother that is versus before it was jumping and bouncing around. Now it doesn't bounce around. It's one unit. As it moves around, see, it still moves, it still bounces a little bit, but not to the degree it was. And then I'll probably slow down the action there, so when it moves up and down, it's a little bit slower. Let's see. Up and down, we could make that 2. We can make that 1, actually. You know, slow it right down. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. See, then it looks a lot smoother. It stops a lot smoother. We've added that weight, so it gives it a chance to release the weld, and then it applies the velocity, so it's nice and smooth. That's kind of what I'm getting at. So like when I built the cement truck and I was like, oh yeah, several hours later, this is kind of like what we all missed, was this sort of stuff, just sort of playing around. That, and we go up. It's about as good as it gets. Like I say, it might be a little tipsy, but with the character in the seat, we should be all right. Then I'm going to make this window a little bit smaller as well. I want to do that right now. Usually what I do is I just insert a list. Just like that. Whatever. And then smaller. You spend so much time on every element. So this is just kind of like quick, sort of. Here it is. You know, we can make them all the same length. It doesn't matter. We can all do that. Just leave some of this frame exposed so you can drag it around, right? I wonder if there's a way to make these frames draggable in the game. There must be a way to make it draggable. Is there a property for that? Alright, that's probably important. Should be able to... You can select it, I think, even if you don't have that on. Alright, there's the crane controls. Yeah, see? I mean, obviously this can be worked around. That's why I'm saying you can use text or you can use you can use the pictures if you want. Let's come down here like that. So now I need to do the basket and I need to do the legs. So one for the basket. And we need one for the legs. Alright, there we go. It's all the same. I'll figure out how to sort this all out here. So then in here we are done with that. We need to say basket equals script parent basket. We'll say basket UI and leg UI equals script parent legs. All right. So for the legs, let's get one of those. Insert object text button. Out. Legs out. All right, so this will be out. Out. Let's put one down. Connect function. Script parent. No. Base. I don't need crane. Value. Fire server. And this can be legs out. All right, let's just see that for a moment. And now we'll have to change the prismatics over on the legs like we did here, from motors to the other ones, servos. right? Otherwise they go all the way out, and we don't want that. We want them to be circles, and that way we can choose how wide we want the legs. And then we'll make this infinite. That's fine. Speed 0. Target position -4. Okay. So we'll say this is our controller, so crane, yeah, now we're in the legs. Alright, variable legs out. Then, where are the legs? Alright, so this can be A, and this can be B, and we can rename that to A, and we can rename this to B, rename that to A, and we can rename that to B. Alright, so parent to parent, parent dot crane dot legs dot a dot prismatic constraint, and we did speed and target position. Target position equals, what's the name before that was? Alright, and then copy that. We want speed equals 1. Alright, and then we'll have legs out stop, just like we did the other one. Except this will be 0, and we'll get rid of that, and then we'll have a weld, which we need to go to there, and we need to rename that to lock A, and we should drag that into A, seeing as how we already have it here. Legs dot A dot lock A dot enable is false. Weight 1. Just like that. That's the legs out. So now I could make all the legs go out at one time with that, which is probably what should happen. So that means from here, let's see, we'll need that. We're going to rename that lock B. And that's going to go into B. So then we need to take this, except this will be B, and then we need to take this here. except that'll be B and lock. Just like that. So false, true, 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 false, true. All right, there we go. Okay, now that covers the first two. And then we need this also. That'd be a prismatic constraint. And now we need to do the back side. So let's take this one here. Rename that block A. And put that in A. Again, that lock B. And put that in B. I know it's a bit of work, but it is worth it. It makes sure that when you're driving around, stuff doesn't move either. It holds everything. This is what you need to hold everything together. It'll work the way you want it to if you do these little things. Okay. So copy this. And this would be B, I think. We'll find out. We'll find out shortly. And then, let's see, and then should be just like that. Legs out. All right. That's really complicated for one function. Okay, one leg went out. Now I'm assuming that's because only one was turned into a servo. I don't think I configured any of the other constraints. I did not. Right? If we want to be cool and we want to have a utility truck in our game, just like the cool guys, we gotta make sure it works. Oh, look at that! Oh. Excuse me, that is fantastic. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is the feet. The feet down. Perfect. Actually, that would be D. Like that, A, B, C, and D. Really, really easy to understand. A, rename A, because we already have an A there. All right, so now we need a button for that function. No. Legs. Duplicate. Rename. Down. Oh, we don't have legs in either. We'll duplicate that. Rename that in. I'll sort it out later. Legs down. Just delete that. Whatever. Up. Down. Legs up. Legs down. Legs up, legs in. All right. And then we'll do the whole background color. I press the button, so the background is going to be red. And then when I'm done pressing the button, it's going to go back to blue. All right, and then legs out. Stop. All right, let's see. Oops. Helps when you don't fire the same function with the same button. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that. Okay, cool. But I did notice that should be like GUI. Dot out. Got everything we need in there. Okay, now we need legs up and down. Let's see, legs up, legs up, stop. And then I can just find the parts and then duplicate the code and it'll be easy peasy. Okay, so for the legs, let's see, if variable is equal to legs up, then what do I do? Script parent a dot crane dot a legs dot aa dot a dot prismatic constraint. I think the target position was 3. One. All right, just like that's pretty easy actually. 2, 3, 4, and then AA. This should be like dot B and C, and this should be D. Let's legs up. Well, it should be legs down actually. Let's change this here. All right. Oh, AA, B, C, D is what it's trying to say. Now, if I turn these servo, 0, as you can see, it's a little bit of work. I don't even know where we're at. I should probably check the runtime on this one. Oh, not bad, not bad. 40 minutes. Let's get some jazz. Let's get going. Let's get some music going here. All right. Okay, so there we go. Now let's see if that's going to work. Legs down, stop. Legs down. Target position 1. Maybe we should change that to -1. Oops. It is going down. Oh, we need to set the speed. Oops. Let's see. Legs dot B dot prismatic constraint. Yeah. It's having trouble with this one. BB. Oh. That needs to be BB. There we go. That's odd. Down. Oh, let me check to see if they're welded here. That is, but this shouldn't be, right? What if I set that to 1? Alright, so 1 took it to there. So that worked. So that didn't work here. Let's see, legs.aa.a prismatic constraint. Target position. Speed 1. Oh. speed, then target position. Does that really matter? It might. Let's try it out with that one. Yeah. Yeah, it matters. Alright, well, there you have it. There you have it. Alright. So that brings them down. Now, the same thing that we need to do is we need to have a weld in them. We need to rename that as lock B. So we need to say scripts apparent crane dot legs dot bb dot b dot lock b dot enabled equals false. All right. And rename this one lock D. D dot lock D enabled equals false. No, I mean the other way you can do it is you can just have these all welded to each other, and then you press a button and it can create all these constraints when you press the button and make it work. That's really hard to do. So this is what it is. Parent crane legs a lock a enabled it's false. But this is the last part. Then it's just the basket, no problem. Lock C. We can get to here. C dot lock C. All right, and then we go wait, just like that. Oh my goodness. And then copy that function, and we want this here. Oh, no, legs down, stop. That's right. And we'll get rid of this. Make all these true. Now we do the same thing for legs up. Except this will be position 0. That's it. Done with there. And now we need legs up and legs up stop. Legs out, legs down, legs up, and legs in. I don't know if I did legs in yet, actually. Oh, it's got to be in like that. I forgot. INN. Where are we here? Rename that to INN, and then up, down. No, I don't have legs in, so I would need this. Copy. Legs out, stop, legs in, legs in, stop, target position 0. Just like that. All right, and now we are out, down, up, and in, and that connects all of that. Let's just make sure we have the colors right. It's gonna be down. All right, let's try that. Let's see what happens now. All right, so the legs should go out. Cool, legs should go down. They should come down a bit further than that. Okay, that's good to know. All the legs to come up, and the legs should go in. Wow, that was a lot of work just to get to here. So we say legs down. Maybe make that 2.5. 2.5. All right. A little bit further than that. Wow. Oh, you know what? It's these are the limits enabled. See that? So I have to change the upper limit on all of these if I want to do it down that far. There we go. So they go down till they touch the ground. Perfect. And then now we have our main arm. Which is smooth. All right, that's gonna do it for part 4. Wow, we're almost there. We're almost there. The last part is gonna be the bucket, and then we'll be able to do the cab. That'll be part 5 and 6. The cab and lights. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys liked the video. Like I say, this is just an example of a model. We could take other models. They're all pretty much the same in complexity. The control script, as you can see, it's just lines and lines and lines of code. I mean, there's different ways of doing this, right? We could have a remote function, and every time you push a button, it could go to a remote function. There's other ways of doing it. I myself this is how I learned to do it, so that's how I'm showing it. I know it's a little bit complicated and there's a little bit to it, but honestly, the end result is, you know, I mean, this is fantastic. Look at the truck working. Yeah, you see how it's moving around because I don't have a lock on the pivot. You notice that? So the last thing I need to do is put a weld between here and there, and then we need to rename that pivot lock. That's a great example right there. That was a great example as to why it's important to do all this work. It's important to do all this work. So crane left, we'll say script dot parent dot parent dot parent dot crane dot crane arm dot base dot pivot lock dot enable equals false. Wait, right? Because you give this model on a server, and then somebody else tries and uses it, and then they get that result where they fly off the map. They're gonna go, "Oh, your game sucks." It doesn't really suck. It just means that they had that negative experience, and because of that, you know, that may translate into a bad review on your game, simply because they had a bad experience. So again, it does seem like a lot of work trying to do all of this. It is a lot of work. This thing is, what has been like 4 or 5 hours, and the model has pretty much looked exactly the same, right? But I assure you, if you put in the work, we get to play with the results. Put some strobe lights on here, right? This is the results. Got this neat truck. You know? But if you find that it's kind of skipping around on you a little bit, just play around with the wait times, play around with the speeds, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, see, there we go. See, now if I was to anchor the base of the truck, I don't even need to anchor the base of the truck, because this is all is all kind of secure. You see that? It's not really shaking around. It's actually really cool. Yeah, see, we can move the truck there. You see that? But it doesn't really, you know, it's cool. It's really cool. Now, if we tried to lift up weight, that might be a different story. Let's see. I'm going to try one last thing. I'm going to put a seat. Let's go like this. It's, no, insert object. A seat. Just a seat. Now, I don't know how this looks inside the basket, but I'll just weld it to there. All right, let's see if we can pick us up. All right, so what's the legs out? Because we have weight, everything else doesn't, so now we can pretty much test it. Ah, there, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, this is so cool. Right, and then the basket will rotate inside it, and we can give ourselves tools. Oh, this is so cool. There it is. There it is. You know, it needs sounds, it needs a bunch of stuff. But I think that's cool. We'll make the basket pivot. That'll be the next one. The basket will pivot. All this sort of stuff. Yeah, see, it moves a little bit fast, left to right. Gonna have to slow that down a little bit. Or maybe not, maybe not. That's actually pretty good. Neat, huh? They need everybody down below doing whatever. Looks like those backwards can come down a little bit more. Looks like we can go just a little bit more on the feet. Anyways, that's how it is. Now it's just the final sort of calibrations and that sort of stuff. So in the next one, we will put the basket on. And then we will finish. Hopefully we can start working on the cab interior. We can get that taken care of. And yeah, this thing will be ready to go. So thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one.